Hi friends, I learned a long time ago, and it's not necessarily how much money you make, but what you don't spend. So for this Thursday's Build It, Fix It, we're going to be repairing that hole in the ceiling in the basement that all my students have been making fun of me over. It was put in when we did the gigabit and we put the internet in the house, so now we got to patch it up. And if I can save myself from hiring someone to come patch it, I figure that's just the same as playing an hour's worth of show. First thing I did was I cut the hole a little bit bigger, and you'll see that right now. Enjoy it, have fun, and be safe. So now that I have a square hole cut out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some wood that'll go along the edges of the hole that I cut out so that I can join both the old drywall and the new drywall that I'm going to put in and screw them in so they'll be nice and tight along the seams. So I got my wood installed.
That's what she said!
And I was really careful to not go too close to the edge there with my screw, if you see that. I just took measurements on the ceiling and I'm gonna cut this piece of drywall. One side is 13 inches, the other is 14, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a slanted cut here and I'll show you how that works. So I do have a couple worrisome spots up here. It was longer than 24 inches, so I need to use some of the cutoff to put some more on. But if you see right here in the corner, there's no screw right there, so I'm wondering if when we put it on, it's gonna be a little weak. I'm not too concerned because it's a ceiling, but as of right now, it's kind of close and it's pushing a little bit. You can see from the ceiling. See how it's not super flush? Actually, that's a dead bug we're getting in there. It's not super flush, so we're gonna see if we can get that with the mud. Also, you'll notice that my ceiling is rolled and textured. I hate that. If I could take it out, I would. But I don't think we're gonna match it because I just don't care that much. I just want to get this hole covered. So we're gonna start with our mud now. For that, as you can see, quite the mess we made. I'm gonna first use this guy and I'm gonna use this to put on the tape that's needed on over all the seams. And then I'm gonna cover that with our first coat. So there we go, that's our first coat. We're gonna let that dry. As you can see the tape, that is totally fine by me. We're gonna do multiple more coats. Multiple more? Yeah, that makes sense to me. We're gonna do more coats on that because the drywall, the 1/2 inch, is not lining up exactly with the other 1/2 inch. Person who did this ceiling was really weird, so the patches that we're putting in aren't gonna line up exactly. But right now, this is the mess I made. I gotta clean it up, vacuum up down here before my wife comes down and sees what I did. So I had to go to Home Depot for some other stuff for work anyway, and I used the online pickup, so I actually got the real product that you should be using for this. Easy Sand 5, super great. It's got a 5-minute set time. You do have to mix this, but this is the best thing to get because it doesn't really waste anything. If you get the pre-mixed stuff, it's gonna go bad by the next time you use it again. The pink stuff was just way too difficult to get on and it was slathering around. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand a little bit and then I'm gonna do our second coat here. And you can see person who did this work before wasn't me. Did like a built-in cabinet here that I took down and it's got this weird mark. So we're gonna try to level all this stuff out. So that's what I'm gonna get to now. And then once it's done, I'll let it sit, get some practice in, and we'll hit it again tomorrow. So that first coat's kind of dry. So we're gonna start a second one. I love how there's probably people watching this that have hired me to do this kind of work in their home. And they're probably thinking, what the heck, this guy sucks at this. There we go, gents. Another Fix It, Build It in the book. Hopefully you guys will never have to hire a contractor again to come just patch a hole in your wall. Hopefully you'll get that security deposit back and change some lives. So thanks for tuning in. Next week, probably making a marimba key because of the project that we have going on. But hey, you stay safe. Be good.